Good evening, everyone. I am Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Financial Times newspaper headline. So, first of all, harder line: deadly Israel raid stares strife. Next, emerging market investors pump in $1 billion a day has last year's slide reverse. Next, Royce new chief attacks group has a burning platform that destroys value. Next, Apple beefs up services in silent war against Google. Next, Adani to launch share sale in face of frauds claims. Next, US expansion hit 2.9%. Next, IMF urges Japan flexibility. Next, Blackstone fund suffers. Next, EY Germany to shed jobs. Next, bank fines for stray taxes. On page number 2, in that international section, US economy beats growth expectations. Next, Biden climate law leaves EU playing catch up. Next, South Africa rises interest rate and cuts forecast after blackouts. Next, Turkey launches foreign currency scheme to help support lira. Then on page number 3 in international section under that, Scholars' refusal to act alone spurred US rethink on supplying Kyiv with tanks. Next, Russia reacts to Ukraine support with massive missile attack. Next, Moscow bans independent news site Medusa. Next, Washington adds to sanctions on Wagner. On page number 4, international section under that, IMF warns of Japan inflation risk. Next, BOJ chief faces a daunting challenge on interest rates. Next, Palestinians killed in Israel raid on refugee camp. Next, Philippines next Philippines nets strongest growth since 1976. Next, New York event group faces lawyer ban probe. On page number 6 in companies and market section under that, Adani to kick off share sale in defiance of fraud claims. Next, rich picking LVM to lift dividend by 20% has record profit continue to defy downturn. Next, message slips cost Morgan Stanley staff up to $1 million. Next, bye bye to the in-house message therapist has big tech cuts parks. On page number 8 in companies and market section under that, EV Germany to X jobs in Wirecard fallout. Next, Tesla shares advance after Musk appoints to potential to MN sales this year. Next, Apple steps up silent war on ARC revival Google. Next, Capital Group's Gitlin to become its next chief. Next, Diageo hit by drop in US demand for speeds. On page number 9 in companies and market section under that, Sullivan and Cromwell's lead role in FTX salvage task rises eyebrows. Next, Blackstone faces $5 billion of withdrawal request at property fund. Next, Lexus boss to head Toyota has a founder's grandson step down. On page number 10 in companies and market section under that, dollar hits reverse gear after Fed sedate driver's seat on rate hikes. Next, Vanguard's net inflow slumps by half to $151 billion. Next, Shell considers exit from household gas and electricity supply sector in Europe. Next, UK shares on longer must own assets in global finance investors group in bonds. On page number 11 in companies and market section that seismic shift brings instability and opportunities. On page number 2014 art section under that, close encounters with the young spile Burge. On page number 15 in ET Big Read section under that, old school firm looks to reinvent itself. Next, on page number 16 in FT view section under that, China's renewed embrace of the private sector. Next, the census alone is not enough to map the trans community. Next, when a channel bag no longer feels shameful. Next, uh, plaudits for a heartening defense of capitalism. Next, what my history teacher said about the US Republic. Next, COVID frauds. COVID fraud is one thing, unpaid taxes quit another. Next, a dedicated humanitarian, not a Kremlin shortage. Next, verbs to avoid plunge, plummet, and brace. Next, then next, France shows how nuclear procurement can be done. Next, actuarial solution to end beach vacation subsides. On page number 17, it's an opinion section under that Europe cannot afford to engage in tide for tad with the US. Next, friend shoring advocates have not factored in digital trade. Next, the Fed finds itself in a nasty hole. Next, can generative AI's stimulating powers extended to productivity? Then, on page number 24, in that watches and jewelry section, there Jamex marks the spot for insight into the jewelry world. Next, when Beyonce bought my earring, I became a brand. Next, Graph floats rare oval demand necklace. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good.